Hey guys, this is going to go through the warm-up on naming transition metals. So if you remember, there were some that you needed to know if you're in honors that had the classical name. And remember that there are some that will not have Roman numerals with the stock name. So remember, if it's not one of those exceptions, you do need to have the parentheses after the element name with Roman numerals. So ZnCl2. Remember, Zn is zinc. Zinc was one of those exceptions that only had one possible charge, so we do not need to use Roman numerals with that. And Cl is chlorine, but in a compound we changed the ending to IDE, so that's chloride. So ZnCl2 is zinc chloride. Look at the next one, Fe2SO43. Fe is iron. Iron does have multiple charges, so we will need Roman numerals. We just don't know what yet. SO4 is sulfate. So remember, sulfate has a -2 charge. So if you have 3 sulfates, that's a total of -6. So the total for iron has to be a +6. Since there are 2 irons, iron is a +3. This is one of the ones that you can uncrisscross to find the charges. If you're in honors and using the classical name, remember iron 3 is the higher of the 2 charges, so this would be ferric sulfate. Look at number 3. We have PbO2. Pb is lead. It is a transition metal, so it needs those Roman numerals. And O is oxide. Now, oxygen or oxide has a -2 charge. Since there are 2 of them, that is a total of -4. So the total for lead has to be a +4. So this is lead 4 oxide. This is one that has been reduced, so you cannot simply uncrisscross to find the charges. Let's look at, oh, and if you're in honors, remember lead is one of your classical ones. Lead 4 is the higher charge, so this would be plumbic oxide. Number 4 is cadmium nitrite. So remember, whenever we are writing formulas, we do need to crisscross charges. Cadmium is Cd. Remember, cadmium only has one possible charge, so that's why it does not have Roman numerals. Cadmium is in the same column as zinc, so it is a +2 charge. Excuse me. Nitrite is one of your polyatomics. It is NO2 with a -1 charge. So whenever we crisscross, we get CdNO2 2. Looking at number 5, we have copper 2 phosphate. So remember, copper is Cu. It tells us it has a +2 charge. Phosphate is PO4 with a -3 charge. So whenever we crisscross, we're going to get Cu3 PO4 2. And copper is one of the classical ones you need to know if you're in honors. Copper 2 is the higher charge, so that would be cupric phosphate. Look at gold 3 oxide. Remember, gold is Au. It tells us it has a +3 charge. Oxide is O with a -2 charge. When you crisscross these, you get Au2O3. And gold is one of those that you need to know classical for in honors. Since gold 3 is the higher of the charges, it will be auric oxide. And we always love some chemistry puns. So if you look at the question of what is pictured below, you have Fe positive 2, which is ferrous, going around in a wheel. So it's our Ferris wheel. Hope you got a little laugh of that. Tune in for the next video on molecular compounds and hydrates.